Talk about a marketing strategy that, believe it or not, starts with what looks like a piece of trash on the street. It's just a fantastic example of how some clever thinking can totally beat a massive budget. So, that brings us to the big question, right? Could a fake 100 rupee note, something that's literally worthless, actually be one of the smartest marketing tools you've ever seen? Well, the answer is pretty amazing. All right, so our story kicks off on a busy street, and it all hinges on a trick that plays on something we can all relate to: the thrill of finding money. Just picture this. You're walking along, minding your own business, and then you see it. A folded note, just lying on the pavement. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, your gut reaction is to bend down and pick it up, isn't it? You get that little rush of excitement. And that is exactly what happened to this one boy who was leaving an office building. So he quickly grabs the note, and for a split second, he's thinking, wow, this is my lucky day. But then he unfolds it and sees the words, Children Bank of India. And just like that, the excitement vanishes. It's just play money. At least, that's what he thinks at first. And this right here is where the genius of it all starts to unfold. He flips the note over, and it's not blank. There's a message. This fake note isn't some random prank. It's actually a very cleverly disguised invitation. So let's look at how this sneaky little hook actually gets a random person off the street and into a seat at a restaurant. So here's the whole journey, step by step. On the back of that note is an offer for a 100 rupee discount at a new restaurant nearby. Now he's intrigued, right? So he goes to check it out, orders a meal that costs 200 rupees and only pays half. That found money just became real savings. But the marketing doesn't end when the customer walks through the door. Oh no. In fact, you could argue that the second part of this whole strategy is even more powerful. So after he's polished off his discounted meal, a staff member comes over. They tell him they're glad he came in, and they have one more offer for him. But this time, they want a little something in return. And this is just a brilliant trade-off. The restaurant asks for a positive Google review, which, is like gold for a new business. And in exchange for that review, they offer him 2 scratch coupons, both with guaranteed prizes. And the prizes themselves are so smart. The first coupon gives him an immediate reward, an extra 10% off the bill he's about to pay. But the second one, that one offers a huge 50% discount on his next visit, which is a massive incentive for him to come back again. Okay, so the strategy itself is pretty clear, but why does it work so incredibly well? Let's peel back the layers and look at the psychology that makes this super low-cost campaign so effective. First off, you've got what's called the curiosity gap. A folded up note on the ground is an instant mystery. Is it real? What is it? You have this powerful urge to find out, to close that gap in your knowledge. The marketing message has basically already won half the battle before you even realize you're looking at an ad. And next, there's gamification. See, instead of just flat out asking for a review, the restaurant turns the whole thing into a game. The simple act of scratching a card to see what you've won, it adds this fun element of surprise and anticipation that makes you way more likely to join in. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. That little thrill of winning something, even if it's small, taps into a really deep human instinct. And the restaurant is using that instinct to get exactly what it needs most: a positive online review. So why are those reviews so darn important? It all boils down to social proof. For a brand new business, a bunch of positive Google reviews is priceless. It signals to everyone else, hey, this place is good, people like it. It builds trust and starts a cycle that just keeps bringing in more and more customers. So after all that, what's the big takeaway here? What's the lesson we can apply from this bit of marketing genius? When you really think about it, the core lesson is this. This entire campaign, which was hugely effective, probably cost less to run than a single ad in a newspaper. Its success wasn't built on a big budget. It was built on a really sharp understanding of human nature, our curiosity, our love for a good game, and how much we trust what other people say. And it all comes back to this one number, doesn't it? 100. A fake 100 rupee note that created a real customer, a real review, and gave a new business a real shot at success. It's just such a simple, powerful, and honestly unforgettable idea. And that leaves us with one final thought. This restaurant used a fake banknote to get people in the door. So what clever hook, what little bit of psychological insight could you use to write your own success story?